Shabbat Shalom. Yes, Gary's back there. Hey, Gary, Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for streaming. Scott always says, give me a minute or two to say hello. Yeah. He's back there. He made you come. Well, you can check. And we've got a whole big wedding party that'll be here in a minute.
Are they coming in here?
Yeah, at some point, yeah. There you go. Yep, that's right. So welcome, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Mr. Kaitzer. I want to welcome everybody. I want to thank Linda for coming out on this last Shabbat of the secular New Year, the Gregorian calendar. And in a moment, we're going to have a lot more visitors because the Clearfield and Beckerman families are marking their last days, and not as a, what would we say, merged family of one. So Daniel and Serena are getting married, and they'll be coming up for an aliyah and to receive a blessing before the ark in a bit. So they're just outside all mingling. So in a moment, you're going to see many more people coming into the sanctuary. So grab your seats. And for those who are at home, if you're just relaxing, keep relaxing. If you're too ill to come, we wish you a speedy healing, which we'll do later in the service. We're glad you're here with us this Shabbat.
Good. So are we just going to
do we have our backup just in case? They're always in the back. I gotta work on this. I keep so much stuff back here.
A backup with what?
If the candles don't light, Louise Appleman gave me the backup.
The ones we get are so crappy. I don't know where they come from.
So put these out.
Yeah.
And once she's done, we'll put it back here. We'll be good.
Exactly.
Okay.
On any other day, just not today.
Right.
We don't want to watch. Will it or won't it?
Right. It's good luck before the wedding. It's good luck.
Hey, Rochelle.
You know what? I'll get this a little closer to you.
Oh.
So we both are heard. And let's just do like.
Are they going to do
Shabbat Shalom something?
Are we doing a kiddush at the end?
Yes, and I did
We
put that
didn't
down
have
there. I
that.
apologize.
Okay.
Yes,
You'll
we are.
cue me.
I'll cue you. We'll get that set up.
Or are you having one of them come up to do
we'll
the kiddush
invite
too?
everybody. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, we'll go.
No, I mean if you wanted to invite.
But I do. Yeah. I am waiting for Serena. There's Hannah. Serena's lighting candles. There she is. Okay. Shabbat Shalom. As we prepare to welcome Shabbat, as you know, we do it in two ways. One is we welcome each other, and while we are greeting each other, and we have a number of visitors, but I have to mention that we have also a number of visitors from congregation Beth Israel with us, because that's where some of our bride and groom family grew up, and so we're glad to have them with us as well. So Beth Shalom, I'm sorry, I need a day off this weekend. So Beth Shalom in Arlington, and so we're glad to have you with us on this Shabbat. So do wish each other Shabbat Shalom, because we have a lot of visitors tonight. Beth Shalom, Arlington, Colleyville, thank you.
I saw a couple eyebrows go up, so I thought.
Thank you.
Yes.
So while we are concluding that, the other way we welcome Shabbat is with the lighting of Shabbat candles. On the bima with me is Linda Hoffman. Thank you for leading us in our Shabbat prayer and worship and music tonight. We turn to page 120. We have two different versions of the prayer book. One is thinner, one is thicker. So I'll be calling out the page numbers in italics. If you don't have italics, don't worry about it. But if you do, that's what I'll be calling out. The lighting of Shabbat candles is on 120. It's the other way we welcome Shabbat. And Serena will become, I don't know, are you changing your name? Yes. Yes, so you will become Clearfield, but not yet. On Monday night at the stroke of midnight. What a great idea. And so later we will be blessing Serena and Daniel and wishing them a wonderful life together. But for now, she'll be coming up with Hannah to light the Shabbat candles and to greet Shabbat and welcome it into our midst, page 120. We have right up. Said you wanted to, right? Yeah. So here are the candles. Oh.
Yeah, I know. I'm walking.
And I'll even turn on this microphone.
Do we cover our eyes first, or do we light?
What you want to light?
I didn't know. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We turn to page 128. And there, the second song, the second prayer, we see Ma Yafeh Hayom, how lovely, how beautiful this Shabbat day of rest. That's fine.
Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
Before we continue with Shalom Aleichem, our Kabbalat Shabbat service that gets us ready for Shabbat, the welcoming Shabbat. Just a couple of moments to think a little about the Torah portion that Linda will be reading from later. She'll be reading, as you can see on the back of your service supplement, some verses from the very first chapter of the book of Exodus. So just a thought for this Shabbat, or a thought or two. Just a thought or two on this last Shabbat of the year, this last Shabbat on the Gregorian calendar of New Year's Eve, when people make all kinds of vows and they think about what they've done differently and what they'd like to change. The mood of New Year's Eve is a little different than Rosh Hashanah, but there's still that idea of making all kinds of new vows that we'll try not to break for a few hours. And thinking about what we're going to keep and what we're going to forget from the year to come. So in English we say the name of the book of the Torah that we're going to begin tonight is Exodus. But in Hebrew it's really Shemot. And Shemot means names. The Torah portion begins with names. There's also a connection between the last chapters of the book of Genesis and the first chapters of the book of Exodus, or Bereshit and Shemot. In fact, Rabbi Dov Linzer does a wonderful job of looking at all the different word changes, all of the parallelism that connects Joseph's life to Moses' life. I'm not going to go through all of them with you now. I could go through a list of them, and it's incredible the number of phrases that are repeated at the end of the Joseph story and at the beginning of the Moses story. I will surely remember you. I'm going to give you just a couple of them. One, because I hadn't thought about this until I read his commentary. Joseph marries the daughter of a priest in the court of Egypt, and Moses marries the daughter of who's considered a high priest, Jethro, in his community. That's just one of 10 of them that are very, very interesting. But what I want us to think about is who these people are. Joseph is, if you will, a tribal leader who forgets or tries to forget where he's come from and looks outside to the nation of Egypt to become a prince or a second to the prince of Egypt. Moses is a prince who is a leader who does not remember fully where he came from and as an outsider looking to remember the events of the Israelites and is looking inward to the tribe he is estranged from. But there are clear parallels between their stories. You can see, I'm going to show you one more, a great one. I think it's a great one. On your service sheets in the back, you have three things. You have the Torah portion that Linda's going to read from, and then you have Genesis 41:51. And I'll read you a little bit of the Hebrew. Vayikra Yosef et Shem Habchor Menashe, Ki Nishani Elohim et Kol Amalei v'et Kol Beit Aviv. So Joseph calls the name of his firstborn Manasseh, for Nasani Elohim et Kol Amalei. God has caused me to forget my oppression or my toil or my burden. So Joseph names his first son, God has helped me to forget that of which he hasn't forgotten it because he's named his son forgetting it. And we know from the narrative he carries it with his whole life. But in his hope for a wish, his wish fulfillment, I'd like to forget the burdens of my past. And then in this Torah portion, V'teled ben vayikra et shemo Gershom. And she bore him a son and named him Gershom, for I have been a ger hayiti there. I have been a stranger in that strange place. This is not, so take a moment, think about that. Joseph names his son, I am able to forget the toil of my past. Moses names his son, I have been a ger in a place of gers. Moses is trying to enter. Joseph is, in a sense, trying to run away or to forget. There are many, many parallels, if we want to spend lots of time on them, befitting for a Torah study. I wanted to point that out to you because the name of our Torah portion is not Exodus, as great as that is. It's names. And Linda's going to read from us beginning verse 6 in a few moments when Joseph dies. That incredible passage, there arose a new king over Egypt who did not know Joseph, who forgot or chose to forget who this great leader was who helped him. But right before that, which isn't as exciting a part to read from the Torah, and that's why we're not reading it, but I'm pointing it out to you now. These are the names, the Eila Shmot, of the people who came into Egypt. That's the beginning of the book. Reuven, Simon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Benjamin. Here are the names of all the people who came out, and there arose a king who did not know Joseph. All of it fits together. What do we choose to forget? What do we try to remember? What is the connection of names? Where we're coming from? And then we have this incredible figure, not Moses, not Joseph, Pharaoh. Who is this Pharaoh? We don't know. Historians try to guess, but we don't know his name, not in the Torah. And what is this Pharaoh's crime? His first crime, forgetting. All of it's connected. The problems of remembering and forgetting. All right? We only have to think on a familial level of the pain when people forget. Some people try to forget, like Joseph. Many of us have people in our family afflicted with different ailments that cause them to forget. And we could rattle some of those off. Some of us have had to care for family members who slowly forgot, and they talked about the painful process of seeing them begin to disappear a little. And yet they're the same people. When someone in our family forgets, we know that there is a certain pain. There may be wounds that cannot heal, because memory is essential to forgiveness. We know that stories may disappear, so forgetting creates a sense of incompleteness in healing or in remembering. But then historically, our story reminds us, if we forgot where we came from, we can justify almost anything. And so all of that is wrapped up in this Torah portion. The importance of names, the importance of remembering who we are, a reminder about what people can do when they forget who's helped them or where they've come from, and these three figures. Pharaoh, who either forgets or chooses to forget, because the Egyptians kept great records, who Joseph was, and can therefore enslave a people in fear. 2, we have Joseph, who sees his past, and he's been through a lot. Let's give Joseph credit, as a burden, as a box full of terrible memories that he struggles to forget. And you can go check all the parallels in Genesis and Exodus if you think I'm making this up. And we have Moses, who names his son stranger in a strange place, but seeks to understand how his brothers and his people are doing. God instructs Moses, how are your people? Are they still alive? And Joseph says, is my father still alive? So we've got this story. And if I've lost you, here are a couple questions for the new year. Okay? December 31st, have fun. They'll be a little busy, but for the rest of us, what have we forgotten? Who have we forgotten? And what does our forgetting have the potential to turn us into? And I know there's a lot there. So you can think about your families, think about your friends, you can think about the country, wherever you want to go with this. 3 questions for the new year. Who have we forgotten? What have we forgotten? And what does forgetting have the potential to turn us into? And we have the example of Joseph, and we have the example of Moses, and we have the example of Pharaoh. Shabbat Shalom. We turn to page 142. We welcome Shabbat into our midst as we sing Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Malachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ba'chuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Page 145, we read together in the middle of the page, teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer, on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days. Blessed my day be today as the one before. Blessed routine set my ways. We turn to the Chatzi Kaddish, 144.
Yitgadal v'yitgadash shmei Rabbah, v'alma divrach yirteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayedecho beit Yisrael, ba'gala, ba'gala, uv'izman gariv, v'meru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mivarach, le'olam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitale v'yithalal, shmei dekudisha brichu, leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran bi'alma v'meru.
Amen. We rise for the call to worship, the Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
We remain standing as we read together on 149. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hamariv Aravim.
Please join in Ahavat Olam on 150. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta, Otanu limadeta, Al Kain Adonai Eloheinu b'shachbenu, Hukumenu nasiach b'chukecha, V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, Uv'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu, ve'orech yameinu, uvahem negei yomam v'layla, negei yomam v'layla, ve'ahavatcha al tasir, mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
We join together on 152.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated as we continue together, reading in English these words from the Torah, page 155. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. Page 157, we read together before we turn to Michamocha. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there, except by joining hands, marching together.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, osef ele, nora tehilot, osef ele. Malchutecha, ra'uvanecha, bokei ayam, lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, zeli anu v'amru, Adonai imloch, Adonai imloch, le'olam va'ed.
This part of our service carries us from Baruch Hu, from creation, from the call to prayer through the Shema, but it also carries us through darkness and light and back and forth again. As we move forward in our service, at this one of the most darkest weeks of the year, people like to remind me, no, it's already past the solstice. It's getting lighter. I don't quite notice yet. Some do. So we've still got a few weeks of darkness, I think, more than a few weeks. As we move during this time of year, we know that all faiths use this time of year for holidays of light, like Hanukkah, times in which we try to light up the darkness of our lives. This service moves. It moves from the darkness of slavery to the possibility of redemption. It moves from the darkness in our lives at night to the possibility of Shabbat. It moves from the darkness of our own inner sense of loneliness to our connection to our ancestors with the Amidah that reminds us the possibility of light is always there. We see this perhaps most pronounced here, where we move from Hashkivenu, a prayer that asks us to ask God to bring us light and peace and comfort, to Vishamru, which from the words of the Torah asks us to acknowledge the light of the Sabbath that comes to us. And so first we read on page 160, and then on 162 we join in Vishamru. At this darkest of times, we ask God to watch over us, even as we know the light of Shabbat comes to us every week. Together, grant, O God, that we lie down in peace, and raise us up, O guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and going to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, hapore sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת וינפש.
Page 164, Tefillah, the central prayer section of our service. We recall our ancestors, Abraham and Sarah and their children. We look to God to bring us strength at our most darkest moments. And we find sections of the service that speak of Shabbat. When we have finished together 164 through 170, you can continue on your own, standing or seated, in Hebrew or in English, the prayers in the book or the prayers in your heart. We continue, though, together as one as we stand.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei hakol, V'zocher chastei avot v'imahot, U'mevi geulah livnei vneihem, Leman shemo b'ahava, Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, V'ezrat Sarah, Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Michaye hakol atah rav lehoshia, Michalkel chaim bechesed, Michaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim v'rofech olim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha v'al gevurot, Umidom elach, Melech memi, Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lehayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, U'kdoshim b'chol yom yahalu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el hakadosh.
On the next 8 pages, or however you wish, feel free to continue with silence.
יהיו לרצון, אמרי פי, והגיון ליבי לפניך, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, וגואלי, וגואלי.
Before we take the Torah out of the ark, and during that time we will also offer a blessing for our wedding couple. Is that on? Now, there we go. I had it flipped. I was like, doesn't sound like it's on. We offer a prayer for all those who are in need of healing. Here, those who may be watching us at home, those who may be bedridden and not able, those who are suffering from shorter-term ailments, those who have been on our list for too many weeks and are struggling with longer-term challenges, those for whom healing is a real possibility, and those for whom less so. We pray for all of them. On page 371, we find the Mishaberach, prayer for healing. Before we join together, we ask God to bring a full healing, strength, to them and to their loved ones who take care of them. We mention the names of Annette Dover, Charlotte Fiwas, Stacy Lewis, Alan Lusky, Jeffrey Mark, Patrick Cooney, Pauline Wittenberg, William Westerman, Harvey Leffer, Maria Schoen, Gordon Brody, Graham Baker, Eddie Deems, Elliot Blumberg, Holly Clegg, Cynthia Labovitz, Katrina Joy Rogers, Joel Green, Corbin Rubinson, Marjorie Deutsch, Cantor Shoshana Kaikov, Todd Rice, Dick Simon, and other names you might wish to add as I walk through the sanctuary. If you have others who could use a prayer for healing at this time.
Matthew Carson.
Thank you. Welcome back.
Elise Beckerman.
Misheberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu Mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
It is great to have David Beckerman on the bima with us. He plays a number of roles tonight, so he'll help us as we take the Torah out. And of course, then in a few moments, we'll be calling up Serena and Daniel to be here for the Aliyah to the Torah. They're going to be married, as I mentioned, as people were coming in on Monday night at the stroke of midnight. And it's exciting to have them here with us to receive a blessing and an aliyah here on this Friday night. So we get ready to take the Torah out. We turn to page 364. And I ask the congregation to please rise.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Udevar Adonai Mirushalayim, Susharim Rashechem Usu Pichei Olam, V'yavo Melech HaKavod, Mihu ze Melech HaKavod, Adonai Tzvaot, Hu Melech HaKavod, Selah.
In this scroll is the secret of our people's life from Sinai until now. Its teaching is love and justice, goodness and hope. Freedom is its gift to all who treasure it.
Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Le'amo Yisrael B'kedushato. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo. Gadlu Adonai Iti Unromema Shemo Yachdav. Lecha Adonai Hagedula V'Hagibura V'Hatiferet V'Hanetzach V'Hahod. Ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz, Ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz. Lecha Adonai hamamlacha, V'amid na'aseh lechol rosh. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishachavu lehar kadsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishachavu lehar kadsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachvu lehar kadsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachvu lehar kadsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachvu lehar kadsho.
All right, so we're going to invite up Daniel and Serena and their kids because this wedding brings two families together. And this is good practice, right? Right, because August, yep, it's a long time off. Yeah, come on, give us enthusiasm. We'll get there, lots to do. It's going to be good. So this is good prep. You're seeing the Torah. But you're not reading the Torah, don't worry. That's not till August. Here we go. Wait, hang on a second there. Let's get Shemot. My apologies. Yep. Hang on. We're just... There we go. Thank you, Linda. Okay, so there's where Linda's going to be reading. I used to Vayakom. Melhanash. Is that where you start? I know. I've got it right here. Vayamat. Okay. Vayamat. As long as you're good to go. Okay. And good. That's an important job. Do not lose that. Linda will need it. Okay? All right. All right. So she's going to read from the Torah, and we're going to get to see her read from the Torah. And then we're going to offer a blessing for Mom and Dad and you guys too. Okay? So the blessing for the reading of Torah is on 368. And there we go.
Do we read it in Hebrew or
We're all going to join in with you. Baruch et Adonai Hamborach, Baruch Adonai Hamborach leolam va'ed, Baruch et Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol hamim, v'natan lanu et Torato, Baruch ta Adonai notinato. We have a really important job. Ready? There's a really important job. Don't let this roll on Linda. Good. Okay. You have your important job. We're going to let her borrow this for a moment, and then you'll get it back, and you can watch. There we go. You got it. You got it. I won't run away.
Okay, I gotta be able to see it. No, it's okay, just a little, because this will block it, because I'm short.
Vayamat Yosef v'chol echa v'chol hador hahu uvenei Yisrael paru v'yishritzu v'yirbu v'yatzmu b'mod me'od Timale haaretz otam, vayakom melech hadash al Mitzrayim, asher lo yada et Yosef.
Very nice. Thank you, Linda. Now we're going to look there. You don't worry about it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten Torah. And in a couple of moments, we're going to sing, what would one even call it? A well-wish. On page 648, I think a lot of people know the words, but I don't want to assume. Basically, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, that's it. But Linda always says, not everybody might know it, Rabbi, so I'm giving you the page number for a few minutes from now. It's on 648. What we are going to do is we're going to lift the Torah, and we're going to ask everybody to rise, and then in front of the open ark, we are going to bless Daniel and Serena and their families. So, as we get ready to do that, we will lift up the Torah, and we will open the ark doors, and we will dress this Torah, and we will say, V'zot HaTorah.
V'zot HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael. Api Adonai v'yad Moshe. Lai 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 lai.
That's good. Here we go. So I'm going to turn on the second mic. I've got one right there, but I've got one right there too. So, you know what? We're going to let Mom and Dad come close too. So, here we go. Because we're going to offer a blessing for them. And first of all, we're going to offer a blessing for you, that you will have strength and health and peace and moments of joy, because you guys are becoming one family, right? Which means all kinds of getting to know each other things. And we want to wish you lots of strength and health in that before we bless your mom and dad. So the only thought I'm going to leave is, before I got married, one of my classmates many years ago said to me, because some people were getting married, so very, very stressed about all the planning for the wedding. And he said to them, just remember, everything you're worrying about right now is all out here, but inside here is the important part. And I embellish that. And the way I embellish that is when I think about a ring, because they're going to exchange rings in a few days, all right, and you're going to be there, you're going to get to stay up till midnight? Very good. Okay, good deal. All right, do you stay up until midnight a lot? Okay, so it's not, all right, so do I. So it's, all right, good. 3, so midnight's like, okay, enjoy. Good, so it'll be fun and you'll permission. So while you're getting ready to stay up till midnight in a few days, get some rest before then, I like to say that when you get married, right, there's this wonderful, wonderful love between two people, and in the case of you guys, between your family as well. And then there's all the pressures of the world, right? Like who's going to practice and who has carpool and who has to run and do this and do that, and oh my gosh, bills and all the other things of life and all the other relatives and all the other things in school, and all of those things pushing. And the ring is a reminder that the really, really special thing that's in here, it takes a lot of work to make sure that this remains stronger than all this. And that's what they're going to do when they put that ring on. Different ring. This one's mine. But that's what they're going to do when they get married. And so we're going to ask God's blessing not only upon them, but you guys too. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what I get to do, kind of cool, right? So I'm going to put this tallit around them. But I'll tell you what. I am going to let you guys be around nearby close too. Yeah, kind of. There we go. There we go. Right? Everybody got it? Here we go. So... Mishaberach avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov v'imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah hu yivarech et hachatan v'et hakala v'yitzlach et darkam asher yechu ba mehayom v'hala'ah. May God, who blessed the men and women of Israel in every generation, bless this bride and groom. May Daniel and Serena and their children be guided on the next steps of life's journey that begin at this moment. May their marriage be a joy to them and to their children. May it be a great example to all who know them. May they continue to fashion a Jewish home, a place worthy of praise, a secure refuge, a place of tranquility. May their love inspire all who are in the sanctuary today and all who will come to know them and the community of Israel. Vayishlach bracha v'hatzlacha b'chol ma'aseh yadehem. May God bring them strength in all they do together. And we ask God's blessing upon them. And we say, Yavarecha Adonai v'yishmarecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God give Daniel and Serena and their family love and joy and strength and laughter. May they know peace. May they feel God's presence not only in that wonderful moment at midnight on Monday as they begin a new year and a new life together, but through all the moments of challenge, all the moments when they need to feel that love and that presence. And together we say, Amen. And we join together. Simin tovu, mazel tovu, simin tovu, mazel tovu, simin tovu, mazel tovu, simin tovu, yehelanu, ulechol Yisrael, yehelanu, ulechol l'chol Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, l'chol Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, l'chol Yisrael. Simin tovu, mazel tovu, mazel tovu, simin tovu, mazel tovu, simin tovu, mazel tovu, simin tovu, yehelanu, mazel tov. You guys have fun on Monday night, and everybody is invited after services. We're not there yet, to a wonderful Oneg Shabbat that your family and your mom and your dad and maybe others as well all put together for us. So we want to celebrate with you and congratulate you then. We're going to continue with the Aleinu, which is on 586. Wonderful. We join together as we continue to stand before the open ark.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon HaKol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam. V'anachnu korim u'mishachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz v'yom Vayom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
Please be seated. Before Kaddish, just a word about someone who just passed away. And you may not know it yet, may not be aware, but Amos Oz passed away at the age of 79. And Amos Oz was one of the most famous modern Israeli writers and poets. Amos Oz was what the New York Times called a man who combined both the country's essential idealism and the ability to see the cracked nature of what had been wrought. Amos Oz wrote in Hebrew, one of the most famous of the first modern Hebrew poets and authors. Although his book sprinkled Yiddish, Russian, English, and Arabic, and he combined both the old and the new, he was born and grew up in Jerusalem before statehood, and also in the years when it was a divided city, a theme he explored in many of his books. He changed his name from Klausner, so you can see his Ashkenazic Jewish lineage, to Oz, which means courage. Moved to a kibbutz, and the first collection of writings he published were about life on the kibbutz. When he was 24, he followed that up with a series of novels, including perhaps his most famous in 2004, a memoir, A Tale of Love and Darkness, in which he reflected on his parents' marriage, growing up in Jerusalem, and his mother's struggle with depression, and mingled all three to tell a story of the early founders of Israel, the life in Jerusalem, and his own upbringing in one narrative, personal and political story. That was his style. He was considered a part of what Israel now called the aging left, but always professed his deep and profound love for Israel. To quote one of his books, "I loved being a citizen of a country that had 8.5 million ministers 8.5 million prophets and 8.5 million messiahs. I want to share with you just a couple pieces of his writing to give you a flavor of his personality. He said, writing a poem is like having an affair. A one-night stand, a short story is a romance, a relationship, a novel is a marriage. One has to be cunning, devise compromises, and make sacrifices. In speaking about the kibbutz, he said, the kibbutz way of life is not for everyone. It is meant for people who are not in the business of working harder than they should be working, in order to make more money than they need, in order to buy things they don't really want, in order to impress people they don't really like. And finally, he said, every single pleasure I can imagine or have experienced is more delightful, more of a pleasure, if you take it in small sips, if you take your time. Reading is not an exception. If you get a chance, take some time to read one of the translated novels of Amos Oz. Although if you're working on your Hebrew, that is really where some of the beauty and some of the word plays and some of the biblical and other references sprinkle their way through it. And so we remember him on this Shabbat. And as is our custom, we rise when we hear the name of one who is observing a yard site, for whom we are observing a yard site, or one who we are mourning at this time. We mentioned in this 30-day period of mourning Kent Thomas Kirk, husband of Alexis Kirk. And we mentioned the yard sites of Robert I. Bloom, Carl Lee Bomash, Flora Jean Campbell, Philip Cools, Bernard Deutschen, Gary Felder, Lazar Friedberg, Sidney Frolkis, Bluma Fruman, Mildred Gale, Harold Gilbert, Lillian Goldman, Leah Reese Goldstein, Goldie Greenbaum, Norma Greenberg, Ismar Heilburn, Ernest Hoxter, Gary Eisenberg, Susie Jackson, Elsie Jacobs, Gershon Joseph, Alvin Kaplan, Greta Kemp, Ruth Williams Liefler, Celine Haas Levy, Ida N. Lipschitz, Leo Lipschitz, Margaret L. Lynch, Robert Gary Margolis, Marcia Odenberg, Virginia Allison Pratt, Hyman Robbins, Howard Rogg, Ephraim G. Rosen, Harold Rosen, Nathan Rosenberg, Edna Tennant Rubenton, Jose Silva, Norman Sonkin, Sidney Strassman, Marcella Van, Barbara Wittenberg, Stephen Grady. And we rise, all of us together, to bring support to all those who are in mourning and remembering, as we look to page 598. Yitgadal v'yitgada shemei rabbah, bi'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chaye chon v'yomei chon, b'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agalal v'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach leo l'omeo maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitrom v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitala shmei d'kudsha b'richu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, damiram b'yalmal v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May God give us strength as we remember those who have passed, as we commit ourselves to making sure that they are more than shmot, more than just names forgotten. And may God bring strength to us as we remember. And let us say, Amen. Please be seated. After our service, a reminder to turn right, to go over to the gathering area where you can find our wonderful Shabbat, and we can greet Serena and Daniel and their families. In addition, although it was not officially yet kicked off. The exhibit is up. Thanks to Red Goldstein and his committee. The photos for our next exhibit are in the boardroom. The work of Lena Pack, Allah Shalom, which allows me to remind all those here, including many from Beth Shalom who are with us this Shabbat, and we welcome you again, that of our Friday night service on January 11th, right? Yes, is going to be a service in which we hear some words, some memories about the life of Lena Pack, in which Cantor Sherry Allen will be with us and other members from Beth Shalom, and we will take some time to reflect on her life, even as we formally inaugurate that new exhibit. However, tonight might be what you call a soft opening. If you want to wander in there while you're with us tonight, there are many events coming. Really none in the next few days, so enjoy your time of rest, but many more things happening in the coming weeks. Feel free to check your service pamphlet that you received as you came in. Wishing everyone a happy new year, wherever you may be during these next few days. If you are traveling, Nisya Tova, a safe journey. If you're relaxing here at home, just a quiet night of rest and a time, we hope, for a little bit of reading and reflection. Our closing song. First of all, thank you, Linda. Thank you for your help. Our closing song is Adon Olam, which we can find on page 625. I was off by one page. Tonight we sing it in the spirit of, well, let's put it this way. The forecast is for a very cold New Year's Eve, although one without precipitation. But one, no, I don't really want to hope the way people drive. But it would be nice to hope if I didn't have to drive anywhere. So we join together as we reflect on our winter wonderland.
Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra leit nasa b'chefso kol azai melech shemo nikra v'acharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora v'hu haya v'hu haveh v'hu yeh b'tifara v'hu echad v'ein sheni lahamshilo lahachbira b'li reshit b'li tachlit v'lo haos v'hamisra v'hu eli v'chai goli v'tzur chevli v'etzara v'hu nisi umanos li menat kosi b'yom ekra b'yado afkid ruchi v'etishan v'a'ira v'im ruchi k'viati Adonai li v'lo ira.
And as we join together in the blessing over wine and challah, the kiddush and the motzi, which you can find on page 123, we first call up anybody who has not yet had their bar mitzvah, who might want to be with us. Now, it's pretty open-ended. You might be 60 and not have yet had your bar mitzvah for some wine and juice. In addition, why don't we pick on the wedding couple one more time and bring them up too? And maybe somebody else would like to come up. I don't know. That's an open invitation. Yeah, come on up. No? Maybe? Nope. Okay, well, we're going to make the kiddush, and here we go. There, ran away. What are you going to do? Okay, that's all right. So there we go. Hey, we're going to give. Who's going to? Why don't you guys come up too? Yeah, no? Come on up. We just keep calling you up. And we're going to give you the big cup. All right. We'll give the wedding and practice for Monday night. You can hold the cup. There you go. All right. And we join together in the kiddush. Please rise with us. Very good. Want some creep?
Baruch atah Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzah banu b'shabbat kodsho
באהבה וברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Amen.
L'chaim. And here we go. We have a challah. Oh, very nice. There we go. No, it's good. Ready to go. Nice and fresh. And now here, you want to grab on? Don't pull till I say. Ready? There we go. Grab on. I'll tell you when to pull. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
המוציא לחם מן הארץ. Amen.
Oh, you got the challah. There you go. They can share with everybody. Shabbat shalom. It's up to you if you want to share.
Can I put this on there? Here, we'll give it to
Thank
you.
you. Hey guys, Shabbat shalom. You guys were great. Thanks for all your help. You were great too.
Shabbat shalom, Rabbi.
Not happening. Hey, I have some.
Good week to be able to be here.
Congratulations.
It was just meant to be.
Congratulations.
Hey, ladies.